for a long, long time, Jack.
Yes.
Now, what are your thoughts on this time-wasting rule?
Well, this has been going on for a long, long time with coaches. Louis says coaches change the rules, not anyone else.
Well, do you agree with that?
Well, I think if to suit your side, you'll do anything. Let's not be hypocrites about this for a start. Now, if you're a coach of a football side, you'll do something your side. If it suits them, they'll change the rules. Now, two Smith brothers, no, Norm and their brother, they changed the rules. Rassie changed the rules. There was about 5 others. There's only one coach I heard in my life was late Jock McHale. We used to have to go to those schools, you know, they go to now, and the umpire sits up and tells you a lot about nothing, and the coaches tell you a lot about the coach's coach tells you a lot about nothing that you knew all about before you went there. And there's old Jock. He's been coaching for 40 years, and he's still got to go to this school to listen to someone that doesn't know half as much as he knows about it. And he went to sleep, of course, but Dick Reynolds and I was the new coaches, and we were asking questions and getting answers we knew all about all the time. And all of a sudden the meeting's finished, and he said to late Jock McHale, Mr. McHale, he said, the fellow was doing all the talking, I won't tell you who it was, he said, you're the oldest coach here and know more about football than him. Why haven't you asked a question? Jock said, why have I not asked a question? He said, I've got to come here and listen to all this bull dust, he said, about coaching football sides. He said, I've been doing those things for 40 years, what you're trying to tell these fellas. He said, and I have left a nice, cosy rocking chair at home where my wife gives me scones and tea at 10 o'clock after listening to the radio, and I've got to come in and listen to that. This is the last time you'll ever get me. That's why. Now, there you are. But it's the one thing they've got to be careful about this. That report yesterday was a shocker. In my book, it was basketball. If you want to play basketball, let's play basketball, but not men's game like that. Getting a kick like that is absolutely out of the world. Like you'd think of all your birthdays had come in once to get one like that.
I mean, Jack, what is happening to the game? You say it's getting like basketball, but it's almost like a form of computerisation. It's going to be stop, start, you have a whistle, you do that. I mean...
Yeah. But as I say, but there's another thing they've got to be careful. It's a very violent world now. And you showed a bit of the violence this morning. And it's easily started with football crowds. And I'll tell you, that was the most savage crowd I have heard at a football match yesterday when he reported that fella. Did you hear that crowd?
Yes.
They were
Incredible.
they were due to get over the fence at that stage there over an incident like that. So it will happen here. So don't say it won't happen in Australia, but it will happen. If it happened over soccer, surely it'll happen over Victorian football and also rugby. It'll be a sure thing. So they've got to be careful what they do with the rules from now on, because that was a very savage crowd over there.
Well, Jack, I sincerely hope on that note that you are wrong.
I see them sincerely.